I'm going to give you a short opening remarks on the skills, competences, and shift in educational frameworks as we see it based on the research that we do at FFRC. So I added this slide this morning. You might have heard people talking about the VUCA world. So it's a world that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. So things are constantly changing. There are constantly surprises. We need to be ready. We need to have a certain resilience to these types of surprising developments as we saw this morning as well. There are a couple of things I could say about future studies or future research, which is another word for the same thing. There are multiple things that I could say as an introduction, but I'll just leave you with this or give you these three principles formulated by Roy Amara in the 1980s. These are the founding principles of our discipline, which is a multidisciplinary scientific discipline looking at systematic study of the future. The future cannot be predicted. The future is not predetermined. And we can influence the future based on our actions in the present. The focus of my talk today is to give a food for thought for the panelists who are coming up here on stage in just a minute. So based on research that my colleagues have done at FFRC, I listed some of the things, some of the trends and mega trends, some of the things that are happening in the world that are influencing our education and the skills that are needed in working life. On the left-hand side, I have some of these broader competency areas, and on the right-hand side, I have some specific skills and capacities that will increase in importance when we move towards the future. So interaction competence, collaboration competence, temporal competencies, technological competence, environmental competence, systemic competence, and meaning competence. The meaning of work is increasing, the importance of what work means to the employee, what employees mean to the company. Meaning is built into the way that our employment is changing at the moment. Some very important specific things: flexibility, resilience to change, foresight capabilities, so being able to look further than just 5 years ahead. I was just talking to one of you, and they said that it's so difficult to know in Pakistan what will happen further than 5 years from now because we have so many uncertainties. Uncertainties exist in Finland as well. I've heard a lot of remarks about Finland in an almost idealist position, that Finland is the perfect country for education and so on. We have our problems too. We have our uncertainties too, believe me. Innovation, creativity, of course, data processing and synthesis. I think artificial intelligence is obviously something I haven't listed here, but it's a big thing that will happen in the future. And like Satu said, we don't necessarily know when somebody starts their bachelor's degree now and they graduate in 5 years, what is their working life going to look like? So these types of general competences are something that we can teach, and they will remain relevant even further than 5 years from now. Sociocultural understanding, language skills, collaboration, of course, things we wouldn't be here without, I think, are very important. Thinking about education and learning, I listed some megatrends, trends and megatrends here. And of course, now I'm talk to you as a representative of a university, so I'm maintaining my own perspective here. I'm thinking about things that will transform education, higher education in the future, digitalization, online learning. Laura-Maria mentioned phenomenon-based learning earlier. That's a big thing in Finland right now. Collaborative learning, these types of different, maybe not mainstream pedagogical approaches yet, but something that is growing and gaining more traction as we speak. Multiplicity of perspectives in good and bad. We can think about the power of social media and so on. The post-truth era that we live in. Information data management also highlighted on this side. Societal expectations for education. Demand for lifelong learning, of course. We need to think about when things are changing so fast, we need to think what are the instruments to retool the employees who are in working life already, but they need to update themselves for a next round of working life and the new skills that are coming up. Especially in the university space, micro-credentials are a big thing people are talking about. New education providers, also from the private sector, are joining universities, and we are moving from education to learning. So it doesn't really matter if you're doing it in the classroom, if you're doing it at, many more people are doing it at home, doing it at work. So this kind of ubiquity of learning instead of learning sitting down in the classroom behind a desk. So my conclusions would be for educational institutions at this stage, because that is my perspective, when on-demand bite-sized learning resources online are becoming more and more common, the importance of traditional education providers is decreasing. When somebody can just go online on YouTube and find out how something is done, why would they go to a university and take a class on it, for example? So in that way, educational institutions are going to have to reconsider their role, relevance, and offer when the competition is increased. And I'm not saying that this is a negative thing, this is a positive thing. We just need to get with the times and be able to position ourselves in this new world of education. But those are my opening remarks. Thank you for your attention.